Welcome back to the catch up here on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. I am James Lynch. That is not Cris Cyborg. However, you know who I'm talking to here. Danny Sabatello. There's really no one like him in MMA right now. Danny, how's it going, man?
Doing great, bro. How you doing?
Doing awesome. Last time we spoke was after your big win, and you knew you'd be facing Leandro Higo. Now we got a date. We got an event, Bellator 282, June 24th, right around the corner, man. Just how excited are you to finally make one step closer to getting that title shot?
Yeah, fucking pumped. You know, I always knew I was going to fight him. I know I would get past Jornel Lugo. Obviously, you can't take anybody lightly, but that's somebody that I'm so much better than. And it's good to go out there and get that win against him. And then finally get that fight scheduled against Higo, which is in 3 weeks, a little under 3 weeks, actually. And you know what? He's just another stepping stone. You know, I'm coming for that fucking title. I'm coming for that belt. The winner of this tournament is going to be the champion. I don't care if someone says it's Sergio Pettis. It's not. He's a little bitch. So the winner of this tournament is the champ. And I got to win this one, and then I got to win 2 more until I'm the champion. But, you know, for right now, the eyes are set on Higo. I got tunnel vision on him. I know he's not the best fighter, but anything can happen in there. So I got to take this very seriously.
Is this fight personal at all? I've seen some back and forth. I know you did the press tour last week. How is this fight for you on your end?
Yeah, very personal. You know, I've wanted to fight this motherfucker for years now. I think he's very disrespectful to fighting. He's missed weight like 5 fucking times throughout his career, which is just pathetic. That's embarrassing, and that's something that I'm really against. You know, I don't stand for that. He missed weight his last 2 fights consecutively. So honestly, I don't even know if he's gonna make weight this fight, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna fight either way. Even if he misses weight by a lot, sometimes the commission won't allow the fight to happen. If that's the case, then I'm gonna go out in the parking lot and beat the shit out of him. But regardless, June 24th, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Higo. You know, hopefully he does make the weight. I'm not going to put too much stock into it and put too much thought into it. I don't know if he's going to or not. I don't think he's going to, just because he's fucking lazy. He's mentally weak. That's another reason why I'm going to win this fight, is just because I'm going to break him. I know he's a mentally weak individual. Anybody that says that they're going to do something and doesn't do it multiple times is fucking weak right here. And I can tell he's weak right there. So I think I got this one in the bag.
Is that something you talked to Bellator about if he does miss weight? I know you want to fight, so is there any talk of like an alternate in case this does happen?
No, because I just don't want to put too much stock into it. I want, no matter what, the fight to happen. I don't want a replacement, even if he misses weight. You know, in situations when someone does miss weight, they ask you if you'll still accept the fight. I'm telling you right now, if he misses weight, I will still accept the fight, no matter what he misses it by. If he comes in weighing 300 pounds, that's fine. I'm going to still take off his fucking head. Doesn't matter to me. But just sometimes the commission won't allow it if you weigh too much. But yeah, either way, again, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. Maybe it's in the cage in front of thousands of people on Showtime. Maybe it's in the fucking parking lot in front of nobody. But either way, I'm fucking taking him out.
How are you looking at this fight from a style perspective?
Yeah, I like it. You know, obviously on paper, it lines up good for me, you know, because he's got this jiu-jitsu background, which I don't think he has much of a background in. I don't think it's very good. I know he's got some bullshit guillotine he likes to do, but yeah, my pressure is going to be too much on top, and on the feet, I feel like I'm so much better as well. You know, he doesn't really do too much damage on the feet. He doesn't have any KO knockouts. So it's someone that I could kind of take risks for on the feet and not have to worry about getting caught or anything like that. You know, obviously this is a crazy sport and anything can happen, but I don't see him doing too much damage on the feet. So maybe I keep it there standing and beat the shit out of him there. But a lot of times in his stance, he opens it up for takedowns. So I got to take the opportunity if it presents itself to get a takedown as well. So I kind of see this fight playing out 50% on the feet, 50% on the ground. You know, the good thing about that is this is a mixed martial arts fight, and that's what the fans want to see. You know, they don't want to see a just strict boxing match. They don't want to see a strict jiu-jitsu or wrestling match. They want to see everything. So very fortunately, this fight is going to put it all together. It's going to be on the feet and on the ground. On the feet, I think I touch him up. I'm longer than him. I'm faster than him. I'm quicker than him. I got more agility than him. I'm just way better everywhere on the feet. And then on the ground, they say he's a little bit dangerous on the ground, but I don't see it. My pressure is going to be too much. I'm going to pummel him. You know, a lot of times with these jiu-jitsu guys, they can go for submission after submission, but it changes things when I got my elbow slicing your fucking face open. You know, my goal is to already slice his face open in the first round. So it's going to be hard for him to go for submissions when I'm just pounding his face.
Training partners at ATT, you got a huge gym. Who have been some of the main guys that have been helping you get ready?
Yeah, mainly it's been Pedro Munoz, because he's also got one of the best guillotines in UFC, you know, and if I could defend it off that guy.
Beat Rob Font that way, right? Rob Font's only stoppage loss in the UFC is by Pedro.
Absolutely, and that guy's guillotine is just so tight, so he's been helping me out a little bit. I've been going with Tony Gravely, but he just fought this past weekend and got the win, so he's taking a little bit of time off. But those are some of the two guys. But I got so many guys: Marlon Moraes, Edson Barbosa. There's just anywhere you look at American Top Team, you look left, you got a world champion. You look right, you got a world champion. Adriano Moraes is also helping me out because he's got sick jiu-jitsu. So just a bunch of guys, all my coaches, of course, Mike Brown, although he's in Singapore with Joanna right now. But, I could just turn to anybody and they'll offer any advice.
Two names that have kind of been at your gym recently. I was just curious if you got to work with them at all. First one is like a mainstay, Grant Dawson. You got to work with him at all? I know he's a bit higher in weight, but I know he's been a great addition to the gym from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been doing a bunch of the classes that I've been doing, and he's just a really great addition. He's also a really nice guy, and I'll tell you what, that guy is on a come up. If he talked a little bit more trash, a lot more people would know of him, but I'm telling you, he is a dark horse, and he's probably one of the most underrated guys in MMA, I think, right now. His ground is amazing. He can hold his own on the feet. But, yeah, I got a lot of high hopes for that guy.
And another guy that I know was just visiting, not officially part of the team, Muhammad Mokayev. I know he's a weight class down. Did you get to work with him at all? Everyone, I spoke to Pedro a couple of weeks ago. He's like, the work ethic of that kid is just unreal. What did you make when he was there?
Yep, we've drilled together a few times now. I'm going to try to get as many goes with him as possible. He's a little bit lighter, so it's kind of tough. I don't actually like going with guys that are 125. I go with guys my weight class or the guys above. But he's just so special and so skillful that I've wanted to just kind of feel around how he is. And he's another killer, dude. He's really young, too. So that guy's going to have a very bright career.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
So it's going to be one of my boys from college. During fight week and in that time when you're in the cage, I think all the work is done. So you kind of just want somebody familiar with you and kind of giving you a little bit of recognition before rounds. So it's going to be one of my best friends that's going to be in the corner. And then, of course, my head coach, Mike Brown. He's somebody that, he could tell me to fight blind and I'll go fight blind. It doesn't matter. He could tell me to do whatever and I'm going to fucking do it. I believe so much in that guy. And with him in my corner, I just can't lose. And then the good thing is with this card, we got 6 other American Top Team guys. So we're going to have so many fucking coaches there. I don't know who's going to be in that third spot, but it'll obviously be one of those American Top Team coaches.
How's this fight playing out?
I get the TKO in the 4th round. One thing I always say about my fighting is I leave no doubt that I'm the better fighter. I don't go in there and I don't look for just some flashy, kind of crazy, have him slip up and then I end the fight. And I also don't always like going to decision. I like torturing these fucking guys. I like making them feel helpless and I like punishing them. And this is a guy that I specifically don't like. This is a personal fucking fight to me. This is one where I'm going to have pleasure cutting him open and leaving him scars for the rest of his life. So I don't want to just get him out of there in that 1st round, although I think I have the skill and ability to do that. I want to punish him and get him fucking tired and make him fucking pay for everything that he's done in this sport and disrespecting him. A lot of things that people are talking about right now and a hot topic is a weight cutting problem in MMA. And we don't have a weight cutting problem in MMA. We have a bitch problem in MMA. We've got a lot of people that say that they're going to do something and volunteer to do it and not fucking do it. People are saying they're going to make the weight and they're not making them. Nobody is making them make the weight. And no one's making them say, hey, you got to make this weight class. They're voluntarily doing that. And then they're playing the victim after they miss weight. I mean, it's disgusting. If it happens one time, I guess, whatever. Circumstances might have been crazy. Who knows? But multiple times, if you're missing weight, there is no exception for that. And, Leandro Higo's a bitch for missing weight. So, again, I think 4th round TKO, got to punish him, got to split him open, got to make it entertaining for the fans. And I want to give them an actual fight. I think I have a little bit perspective on this whole fighting thing. I know fans like, quick stoppage maybe, but you don't really get to see the fight. You don't really get to see 2 guys just banging it out and just beating the shit out of each other. So that's more I'm a fan of, is just beating the shit out of each other. And I just want to fucking torture them for 4 rounds and then get them out of there.
And correct me if I'm wrong, your side of the bracket, the winner does face Stots next, correct? I was kind of looking there.
Yep. After I beat Higo, I will face Stots for that interim belt. And if you look at my side of the bracket, it's just so much better than that other side. Obviously this fucking tournament is just filled with killers, very high level guys. Every single person in this tournament is just very, very good, except for Leandro Higo. But yeah, it's going to be a very exciting fight with Stots next. I don't want to overlook Higo or take him lightly or anything like that, because that's where you get in trouble. But yeah, that fight is going to be, in my opinion, probably the biggest fight in Bellator bantamweight history.
Wanted to read a quote here by John McCarthy. I thought this describes you perfectly. It says, "I love Danny Sabatello. He's real, and that's the big difference. Danny Sabatello has a chip on his shoulder that he feels like people have overlooked him and passed him and didn't give him the opportunity, kind of like Colby Covington." But he says, "You're not Colby." He says, "The difference between the two of you is that you're real." What does it mean to hear that from someone like John, who's obviously held in very high regard?
Yeah, that means everything. Big John, he has respect from everybody in this whole MMA community and everybody outside of it. You know, that guy's a pioneer and he's a legend in the sport. So that's really good, high praise from him. And that's awesome. You know, I've always been a fan of that guy. I always will be a fan of him. I love that he calls my fights. It just gives me the jitters even when I'm listening to it, rewatching my fights. But, you know, that's very dead on and very accurate. You know, Colby's fake. You know, he goes into these things with politics and religion and family. And those are three areas that I'll never talk about. And this is just me, you know, this isn't just a persona. This isn't fake. I have to go into that cage wanting to murder the fucking guy that I'm fighting. I'm not so sure he does that. And everything he talks about is just, you know, just a little bit on the border. It's on the fence. And it's just like, dude, is this even you? With me, you can ask anybody I've ever known, my family, my friends. I've been this way my whole life. I'll always talk trash. Doesn't matter what we're doing. We could be playing pinball, could be a thumb war, and I'm always going to get in your head and I'm going to fucking talk trash. That's just who I am. You know, there's a lot of people out there that talk trash and it's just not real. And you can kind of tell it's really corny and I don't like it. The good thing is that this is real. This is me. This is who I am. It's also good for business. So it's a good, fortunate situation that I'm in. But yeah, I'll never change and I'll always do that. I'll always talk trash. I'll always be exciting in the cage and exciting out of the cage. That's just who I am.
Last question. We got UFC 275 this Saturday. Jiri or Glover, who are you taking in the main event?
I'm going to take that Jiri guy. I think he's going to be a little bit too much for Glover. Obviously, Glover is just, he's been in the sport for forever. I wouldn't surprise me if he got it done. I'm not really leaning one way or the other, but I think that Jiri guy is just going to be a little bit too much for Glover to handle.
And you're always a great interview, Danny. Really appreciate the time, man. Looking forward to the fight. It's Bellator 282, June 24th. Anyone you want to thank, sponsors, social media, you name it. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, Leandro Higo's a bitch.